and welcome. Today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on the 4x ore processing by mechanism. I am on the Dragon Tech server and modpack, and I am in my friend's base building his ore processing for him. Today I'm going to be ignoring the 5x, and we're only going to be doing 4x, and we're also not going to be building the brine tower, but I will be making another video to link in right now. So click on that if you don't know how to do that. And yeah, so we're going to do that. Now, this is my friend's base, and he's already set up a brine tower and has an ender tank, linking down here. So, this is his brine, and we're going to be making with this brine hydrogen chloride. So, the first thing I'm going to use is some electrolytic separators. Now, these will split the brine into hydrogen and chlorine? Yeah, hydrogen and chlorine. And then we're going to infuse them both into hydrogen chloride. Let's get rid of that glowstone out the way there. Okay. Now, the pressurized tubes was what you're supposed to use for this, but we found on servers they can be quite buggy, so I suggest just using straight up tanks. Also, it makes good buffers as well, so it serves two purposes really. So I'm just going to set this up real quick. Oh, that's the wrong way around. Okay, and we're also going to need some fluid conduits or fluid ducts, although I would recommend avoiding anything thermal expansion with anything mechanism. They don't seem to play very nice. Okay, so this will make, in theory, once we have some power, which I forgot to go get conduits, this should make us hydrogen chloride. Yes, it will. So I'm going to just go get some conduits for power, and I completely pressed all the wrong buttons then. I'm great at making tutorials, I promise. I'm really good at this. Now he can set up better power if need be. I'm just gonna put this under the floor for now. I'm shift clicking right now, in case you're wondering. Is it under the tesseract? Oh, I don't want to break it. This should be there. Yeah. Okay, so now we have power to that, we're making hydrogen chloride. We're going to be getting some more tanks, and we're going to send this into a chemical injection chamber, which we have in the ME system at the moment. Now, really you need a much bigger set of brine towers and a larger amount of brine to sustain a good speed of these. But for now, it should be fine for a 1 speed. Where is the injecting one? Purifying. Is it not made an injection chamber? Okay, let me just pause and make this. Okay, so I now have the chemical injection chamber. This is going to go right here, where it's going to fill up with the hydrogen chloride that we've been making, which is slowly collecting in this tank here. So this will always inject into here. Now, first thing we're going to do is turn auto sort on. So what this will do is when you put something in this slot, it will put it equally into all the other slots. Okay, so we're also going to need some power, so let's chuck this on here. So we've got some nice power. And we're also going to be automating this, so this is where you're going to put your ores. So let me grab a export bus and chuck this on here. We're also going to need to cable this up. Now I'm not going to work along there because I've put signs, so I'd have to go along here. Okay, let me just grab one of each ore now, that will work at least. There is some extra ones in here which you can't put in through the system. Silver, that's fine. Can't use yellow, right? But you put gold and yeah, that's fine. Okay. Will that fit in the export? Yes, it will. So 1, 2, 3, 6. There we go. Now, as you can notice, it's not inputting into here. So what we're going to do is going to put into our config, and we're going to use the backspace, the back one at the back. So this is the one at the back. This is the front. This is the back, and then these are the sides. So that's the bottom, top, left, and right. So this is going to be dark red because the input is dark red. So we're also going to take off all of these so that if anything gets put next to it, it won't try and input anything into it or export it. Okay, so we're just going to put the purple to this side because the purple is the extra thing, which is this here. Okay, so then we're going to go on to our next thing, which is going to be our purification chamber. Now let me just go grab that. And it's not going to work if I search it. Purifying. Which I'm pretty sure that's right. Yeah, purifying. And as you can see by my flowchart, we're going to need oxygen in this bar here. So we need to set that up. Okay, so let me just put this all back in here out the way. Also put power on this. And we're going to need some electrolytic separators which make the oxygen, and we're also going to need the tanks to transport it. Okay, now if I remember correctly, is it red? I think it's red. We'll find out shortly. Yes, that's right. So the red side is the oxygen side. So we're going to set the hydrogen to dump because we don't need this. And then the oxygen is going to go into here. Okay. Now in the config, what we're going to now do is set this to blue, so then it auto ejects. If I press the auto eject button here, it will send it straight into this next one. But we need to config this one as well, and set this one to red, and we'll just turn auto eject on. And we're also going to send it into the next machine, which is going to be here, so we'll set that one up already. Okay, so that's already going there. Now this isn't making a great amount of oxygen, which isn't keeping up with the production that this is going for. So what I'm going to do is get another couple of these. Although I think it might be just out of power actually, that'd probably be more reasonable to assume. Although it's not going much faster, so we should get some more over here really. And I'm going to use some more tanks, I think. See, once this has gone through all your extra ores, then you're not going to need to worry because it'll build up a large amount of oxygen for you. So you'll have some reserve of, because you're not always going to have ores running through your system, you're going to get some sort of build-up of the oxygen, and the same with the hydrogen chloride. Unless you keep a small system, then you might get some backlog somewhere. Okay, so that's helping a little bit. Okay, so the next thing, as you can see by my flowchart, is the crushing factory. I'll just grab all these now, because we don't need to add anything else, it's just the last factories now. So it's crushing. Let's go in and config this. Oops. Or if you right click these, it will go back a colour. So for future reference, did I click auto reject? Yes, but I didn't click auto sort. Enriching. And then finally smelting. Turn that auto sort on. Now that should be it. That should turn it all into ingots for you, and once we have set up that with our ME system and put in the power, we should have a fully working 4x ore processing system. Now you can do this slightly smaller scale, but this is the way that I would recommend doing it. You can also do this larger scale by adding more of these and more of these, and that might be why these aren't working so well, is if we put power to them. Okay. Also going to, oh yes, we also need to set the output to the back of this, not to the side. Wrong one again. There we go. So now this is going back into our ME system. So there we are. That adds it all in. And also, if you want to add upgrades, if I just here, you put them in here, but the only way you can do it is if by shift clicking. So if you have them in your inventory, just shift click and it'll put it into here for you. And I'm pretty sure if you just click these as well, it'll give you them back. Okay, so that is our 4x ore processing. Thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to leave a like, rating and subscribe, and have a great day. Goodbye.